So is this game still relevant, or like what? When it comes to Smash Brothers, the very first thing people are inclined to talk about is the character roster. But that's all anyone talks about. Look, I know it's important who we're beating the crap out of, but you wanna know what's equally important? Where we're beating the crap out of them. And we're gonna review every single brand new stage in both versions of Smash 4 with a very simple rating system. This is the simplest it's ever gotten. The cavemen used it. Yes or no? We're professional around here. Number one, we are not talking about the Final Destination versions of all the stages. We are talking about the stages in their default, regular forms. Two, I am not reviewing these stages solely based on their competitive value. I don't care if it's Evo-worthy or not. I'm just judging based on how fun they are, stage hazards or not. Number three, no returning stages. Brand spanking new stages only. Number four, remember, this is all my opinion. 5. No one cares about number 4. So we'll go ahead and get these two out of the way. They're obviously both a yes. Like previous games of the series, these are the most neutral stages. No hazards, no gimmicks, just you, your opponents, and some platforms. Or no platforms. We're considerate like that.
Yes! Yes!
An auto-scrolling stage that constantly throws new obstacles your way, and it's nicely varied from the start up until it loops. It can be a bit annoying the first time you play it, but once you're used to the hazards, I think it's a fun stage. That warp pipe transition back to the start is also kinda cool.
Yes!
Aesthetically, much like New Super Mario Bros. 2 itself, this stage isn't much to write home about, but the gimmick of collecting 100 coins to turn gold and not flinch for a short time is pretty neat. Collecting coins here is definitely more worthwhile than collecting coins in the actual source game. We can all agree on that.
Yes!
This is my favorite Rainbow Road out of all the Mario Karts. And now it's a touring stage? Be still my aching heart. It's also nice to finally hear that Rainbow Road theme in a proper sound test instead of on YouTube where you can hear a kart's motor in the background. It's the small things in life that just bug me.
Yes!
I remain the 1% on the planet who likes Sticker Star. It is the worst in the Paper Mario series, I agree, but I liked it nonetheless. Most people have written this stage off because of its source game. I'm about to write it off for another reason. Everything would have been just peachy if they hadn't teased me with a 1,000-year door portion of the stage. If they had just kept it to Sticker Star, I oddly would not have minded as much. I would be like, yeah, whatever, man. But when you throw me a bone like that, I gotta have more. Why stop there? Why not one section from each Paper Mario game? As opposed to making a portion of the stage based on a screen you only see for 5 seconds in Sticker Star. I don't want to give this stage a no because outside of that third part of the stage, I otherwise think it plays great. But I'm afraid even I'm not above being petty every once in a while. Other than the possibility you'll sometimes get caught underneath a bridge while it's being rebuilt, the KO line will rise, you'll instantly die, and you'll hate your life for about 5 minutes, this stage is pretty standard but fun fare. The occasional appearance of Twin Rova heats things up. With fire.
Yes!
Lots of events happen on this stage to keep you on your toes, although some of them require the train going slightly off screen sometimes, which can be a little annoying, and it's hard to tell what's going on when lots of action begins happening in here, but whatever. At least Alfonso's here, thank God!
Yes!
When this stage was first revealed, it was initially thought it was gonna be a compilation of areas from different Game Boy games, with the Game Boy look. I would have preferred that over what we got. Not only is a quarter of the stage covered by the sides of the Game Boy, which I guess would still be the case even if that other idea came to light, but there's also a lot of solid platforms that can show up and make it take eons to KO somebody down small, narrow hallways. The thing I like about this stage in comparison to Spear Pillar from Brawl is that the background Pokemon on this stage, no, I'm not bothering to look up what the hell they're called, don't do all the annoying crap the Pokemon in Spear Pillar did. The Spear Pillar ones would slow down time, make the game upside down, it was obnoxious. Here, they keep their contributions, I guess is the word we'll use, primarily to simple flame and electric attacks. The atmosphere is pretty dope too.
Yes!
This is another touring stage, except besides slight platform layout changes, nothing else ever happens. Here's one stop. Look. Windows. Exciting. I don't know, I just think this was kinda cute. The 16-bit graphics were obviously done because of 3DS limitations, as something along the lines of Port Town Aero Dive couldn't be attempted here. The flying platforms move slightly from side to side, so it can be a little annoying when you try to land an attack onto a platform, and the platform just barely moves past you and you land on the road, but that doesn't happen too often. Other than that, I liked this one.
Yes!
I wanna give this one a yes so badly. This looks great and represents the Earthbound series, I feel, better than Own It. But with one single addition, they butchered it. The Flying Men. They are so annoying. When one spawns, the first person to touch him gets their assistance. Once someone gets one on their side, the match is pretty much over. First off, great atmosphere. Like the Fire Emblem stage in the Wii U version, you feel like a gladiator, fighting for the enjoyment of the audience in the stands. The stage also changes layout, somehow, to keep the fighters on their toes, instead of just a flat surface constantly. The layouts never have damaging hazards either. The worst it gets is a lot of solid platforms, but unlike the Kirby level, it was never anything too serious, I felt.
Yes!
So, what, we're just gonna ignore the fact that thousands of people are violently slaughtering each other in the background, only for an 8-year-old looking girl to drop what is essentially a nuclear warhead on them, killing them all? I don't know, I find odd enjoyment knowing that this kind of scenario is the backdrop for a stage in the Smash Brothers series. Ah, well. My only gripe with this one really is that they didn't use the Reset Bomb Forest music from Kid Icarus Uprising for this stage.
Yes!
The idea is interesting. The stage layout changes with each new match? Sounds cool. If they didn't mean just different tree placement. Not really all they were building it up to be. I knew I was gonna like this stage the second it was revealed. The only minor gripe is that the overhead lights can fall and cause damage. I don't mind that they can be walked on to begin with, but I really don't get why they felt the need to make him a stage hazard. Other than that though, yeah, it's just a boxing ring. Pretty damn awesome.
Yes!
Oh dear lord, no. It's very difficult to fight amongst the tiny platforms that occupy the majority of the stage. And even the supposedly more safer spots to stand up top aren't that safe either because of the incredibly low KO ceiling. And good luck trying to play as Little Mac on this stage. Please, be my guest. I thought the idea of being able to walk off the screen and come out on the other side was kinda cool, but that's where my praises for this stage end. Ignoring that, I would have liked it if looping around the screen also applied to when you are actually launched, because let's face it, a scenario like this, we all would have gotten a kick out of it at least once. But the flippers get annoying, the sparks from the clouds always sneak up on you, you'll never see them unless you're really paying attention, and this fish can go to frick! Everyone's gripe with this one is that they didn't use the falling objects concept for a Tetris stage. I could give less a crap about that. At least making it into a Nintendogs level lets us have things to look at in the background rather than nothing. But even then, there's not a whole lot to look at. I never played Nintendogs, but surely you can have more things in your dog's room than this, right? And why not have multiple dogs instead of just one in the background? 3DS limitations, I guess, but still, not much in terms of background action going on. But look, it's a cat on a stage about doggies. Plot twist. Aesthetically, there's once again not much going on aside from a mountain which is shaped like a giant turd. The
Dark Emperor.
randomly attacks and gives out random upgrades or downgrades and can be defeated for a stat boost. There's a cage that contains your me, which you can stand on, attack, and even break to, well, kill yourself. That's essentially what that is. I'm probably the only person on the planet who doesn't care at all about the Mii Plaza games, but they managed to pull an alright stage out of him.
Yes!
This is essentially the successor to the Luigi's Mansion stage, which I can get behind. I thought it was kind of annoying how you can only see a room when a fighter is standing in it, meaning the rooms constantly flicker on and off during fights. Yes, I just said rooms can flicker on and off. This is Smash Brothers, I don't need to words. So it gets a little annoying, but I thought the Mii's on your system occupying the rooms was a nice touch, and it's a more laid-back stage, I guess.
Yes!
I thought it was weird they brought back a stage based on a now outdated DS app. Well, actually, it wasn't anything special back then either. Don't even lie to yourself. After you finished drawing penises to your friends for 3 hours, you were virtually done with it. What do you think everyone's doing in Flipnote Studio right now? But they didn't just rehash the same drawings from the last stage. PictoChat 2 has all new drawings, and they're actually pretty humorous.
Yes!
I'm not one of those guys who got upset that they reused the same Mega Man stage from the Wii U version instead of making an entirely new stage, but I still say no because Yellow Devil. That's it. The end. Good night. Drive home safely. With a game like Pac-Man, the first, most obvious stage idea is a maze. So of course, we're not getting much in the aesthetic department this time around. But having said that, this stage plays well. It's fun to collect the Pac Dots, even if it doesn't do much gameplay-wise. It does turn the ghosts blue and lets you eat them, but the ghosts aren't really overly annoying to begin with, usually only occupying the outer sides of the stage for the most part. Thanks for watching, everyone. Now, this video was too big to cram into one package, so I split it up between the game versions. So part 2, we're gonna look at the Wii U version stages. But for now, you know the deal. Twitter, Facebook, yada yada blah blah. Check out some videos below. I recently got a Patreon too, so if you want to throw a buck my way, I'll love you forever. I mean, maybe not forever, that'd be kinda creepy. But I'll appreciate you. With my heart. That thing I keep hearing about.